Hello everyone, welcome back to Talking Reds, where we cover everything Liverpool content. We cover from news, transfer news and debates and everything else that you want as a Liverpool fan. So, Liverpool are set to miss out on two big targets in the coming summer and January. One being Martin Zubimendi, the player that we went from Real Sociedad last summer, but he chose to stay. He is set to leave Sociedad this summer, according to reports, but Liverpool may not be going back in for him. And another player that we are set to miss out on as well is Omar Marmoush, the Eintracht Frankfurt forward, Egyptian, just like Mohamed Salah was tipped to be next. Mohamed Salah coming to Liverpool. However, it looks like a Premier League rival is in there first before we can even get our hands in there as well. So, according to Santi Auna, the Marmoush's agent has spoken to Manchester City over a move to Manchester. Liverpool, Tottenham and Arsenal are also interested, but it seemingly seems that he has spoken to the City board and it is likely that he's going to move to Man City in the near future. Also, not just that, an Egyptian outlet also came up with an exclusive yesterday about Marmoush is going to join Man City from Eintracht Frankfurt. So more that will play out in the next couple of weeks, I'd imagine, whether it be January or summer. I'd imagine Marmoush is on the move at some point this year because he's an absolute sensational talent, has been on incredible form for Frankfurt, certainly catching the eye across Europe. I can't imagine Frankfurt keeping him too much because it's going to be hard to keep such a talent, especially as an Egyptian talent like that. You're thinking the new Mohamed Salah. Can it be the new Mohamed Salah? Could be a perfect signing for Man City. I think they need definitely another right winger, certainly. He could play across the front three and he's very versatile and he's got so much potential. And I think if Liverpool were to look for Mohamed Salah replacement, I think he'd be an ideal one, absolute ideal one. But if we lose Mohamed Salah in the summer, we'll be looking to replace him, and it might be too late to get someone like Marmoush because Man City have already got their hands in there. They've already got making their moves on the player. But this is what we say about all the time about Liverpool Football Club. We're always reactive rather than proactive. We need to start doing things before it to happen. If we're seeing like some Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk possibly leaving, or in the future, they're going to go at some point. So we need to start looking at replacements now and maybe playing someone behind them in order to take over them at some point. The way City did, for example, with Fernandinho, they did perfect with Fernandinho, got Rodri in early, eased him in, and Rodri's become the best DM in the world. That's what I think that's what Liverpool start need doing in terms of being proactive rather than reactive. And we're always waiting for injuries. We're always waiting for people to leave on the free. We're always waiting for people to break down before we replace them. That shouldn't be the case. And I think Marmoush would be a perfect addition for Liverpool. But again, if City are going in there early, they're doing the jobs. You can see that City need to go in there, I think, because of what's going on in the league. They're playing poor at the moment. They started to turn a little corner recently, but they certainly do start to make signings now and start improving what's happening right now. So I think that's why they're getting in there early. But fair play to them. If they get Marmoush, it's a sensational signing, and we've certainly missed out on an absolute talent there if he does go to Manchester City. So the news about Martin Zubimendi, according to Gillian Ballagate, he did this for BBC Sport, is saying that he's ready to leave. Zubimendi is ready to leave Real Sociedad, whether it be this January or summer, we don't know yet. But it's unlikely that Liverpool go back in for the Zubimendi. So what happened in the summer was Liverpool put out their sort of signals early about making a move for Zubimendi. We clearly wanted him. Arne Slot wanted him. He wanted a DM. He didn't really like Endo playing there. He's had to play Gravenberch there now. He clearly wanted Zubimendi. We've made an early move, and there was a buyout clause where Zubimendi could pay out to the club for him to leave, and that would work by Liverpool giving Zubimendi the money, and he can buy himself out. So what happened was Liverpool were not at the first was not willing to pay what the buyout clause was fully. So what that then give Zubimendi a chance then to change his mind. Give him a few weeks to realise that this is my club. This is where a bit like the Gerrard situation at Liverpool. And we had to go at Gerrard, for wanting to leave, and we're having to go at Zubimendi for not wanting to leave. But the same happened to Gerrard. He had a change of heart. It's his club. He's grown up there. He's a Sociedad fan, just like Gerrard was a Liverpool fan. And he's had a change of heart. But what happened was we gave him that chance to have a change of heart. If we just give him the buyout clause straight away, I don't think he'd even thought about leaving. I think he had his mind up going into Liverpool. And who knows? We don't really know that. We could have put out the buyout clause and have a change of heart anyway. But I think we're giving that option the time to have a change of heart. And now that change of heart is sort of not coming back to haunt him. I wouldn't say it come back to haunt me. I think he still loves being there, but I think I think he realizes that he is a better player than what he's playing currently. So he didn't have the best of seasons, and I think he's ready for that next move. However, Liverpool having been burnt last season, the stubbornness of Liverpool in terms of the transfer strategy in the committee, like Gillen Balaguer says there, I can't see them going back in. I think it's like, yeah, you had a chance with us before. Let's go. Would I go back in though? I get that stance of like, we give you a chance. You should have come, and we didn't. But I'd speak to Slot about this. If Slot is absolutely adamant I wanted him, and he's the player that I feel like it can change that midfield, allow Gravenberch to do what he needs to do going forward, then I would personally go back in for him because he's an absolute sensational player. And if he suits Slot's system perfectly, it's worth just maybe back the gun a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just take the fact that he rejected his last season, just take it with a pinch of salt and go back in for him. It doesn't matter. I just care about what's happening on the pitch. And if he makes a big difference to us on the pitch, I don't care if he's rejected us before. People get rejected. Just get over it. That's the way it is. If he does the job on the pitch, then it can make up for the rejection in the first place. So, but I don't expect him to go back in for it. Who would we go back in for, then? That's the question. Because there's the talks about Atalanta's Edison possibly linked to Man City as well. He's been a player that people look at. I tell you one person that would be perfect for Liverpool in terms of that position would be Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle, but the money that they'd asked for would absolutely no chance of paying for. So it's looking at who's out there. And Zubimendi probably is the best person out there right now for Liverpool to look at. So do they take it with a pinch of salt and just say, yeah, just forget about what happened last season. We'll move on from it, and we'll just, as long as we're wanting to improve on the pitch, I don't really care. Just to end the news section of today, there's talking about Stefan Bajcetic also coming back home. Also, Pep Lijnders got sacked by Salzburg after an absolute shocking season so far, and I do keep an eye on Salzburg quite a lot. I like to keep an eye on European football, and Salzburg usually just walk that league, but this season they've really struggled, even against the bottom, the teams at the bottom of the league and near the bottom. Struggled in games where they usually win like 4-5-6-0 sometimes in recent seasons. Pep Lijnders' time at Salzburg have been quite embarrassing. And Stefan Bajcetic has been part of that. There is talks about Liverpool cutting his loan, according to Graham Bailey, and potentially coming back. Would I be happy with that? I don't know about that. Let's see. I think it is more numbers. And I really like Bajcetic. I've always said like he's got certain talent there, but I think we'll let him go back on loan. And according to Fabrizio Romano, that Liverpool, Real Betis are in advanced talks with Bajcetic to learn him for the rest of the season. I think that's probably the right move. I think coming back from Salzburg, get away from that bad feeling at Salzburg because it's not going well there. It's all a bit up and down. It's all a bit like turned upside down at the moment. I think getting to Real Betis, I think that's a good learn. That I think get him out to La Liga, but in some harder competition over there. Real Betis is a decent side in La Liga. I think it's a perfect move for him if he was to go there, get him some minutes and come back fresh. I'm hoping that loan to Salzburg hasn't ruined his career though in terms of his progression, because his progression at Liverpool was sensational. I didn't think we'd loan him out in the first place, but we are where we are. If you're going to loan him out, get him to Real Betis, which is a perfect place to go for me. So if he does join Betis, I'm happy with that. I'll clap that on, and I'll keep a very close eye on Bajcetic's progression and performance over there as well. Well, it is the transfer season, guys. It's the transfer season, so make sure you do subscribe to this channel because we will give you all the transfer news all the news about Liverpool Football Club, all content about Liverpool as well. We do absolutely everything that you want as a Liverpool fan. And if rivals want to come in here as well, you're more than welcome to join us here as well. But yeah, that is the end of today's news. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, get your notification bells on, because we have got content out every single day. Subscribe to the channel and like this video, please, because it'll help us absolutely massively. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, guys.